Since yesterday's was so long, I'll make this a little shorter. Talked about friendships and how we dying for a friend is the greatest love, and we mean that literally and figuratively. Now, Jesus died not just for his friends, but for his enemies. He's wonderful, but how being the type of friend we want to have is how we get those friends. And that if everybody is taking care of everybody else, then those people will be also taken care of. So today I want to talk a little more about friendship, and there's a lot of great proverbs on friendship, but this is one that I like because a lot of people say, family can be worse than enemies. Like, some siblings have rivalry so severe that they just don't like each other at all. And I know that with um my son's aunt and his dad. They were close when they were little, but as they got older, they just couldn't stand each other. I couldn't believe some of the stuff they say to each other. And just the way it is sometimes in families. And so there are people that come into your life, you end up being closer to them than you are your own blood, you know? So I want to give you this verse, and we cherish these people. I have a little thing that I say, I think I've shared it with you before, is the three type of friends. The best friends, pest friends, and guest friends. All of them are necessary for healthy lives. One is the best friend. They're the one they only call you when they want something or to constantly, they call you at the worst time, inconvenient time. They're the ones that call you from jail at 3 a.m. They just have this terrible run of bad luck where they're always just getting in trouble. They're best friends. They always need something, right? Then you've got guest friends. It's people that are in your life for a period of time. You may be thick as thieves, and you love them and they love you. Nothing bad happened. You just grow apart, or somebody moves away, and they're in your life for a season, and that's it. They're guest friends. And then you have best friends. Now you can connect with this person. I had this with my friend Brittany. She was my soulmate. I've never had one like her. Don't think I will again. And we lost her right before the house. And she's the type that I didn't have to say anything. I could just look, and she knew exactly what I was thinking. It was phenomenal. Got my stupid jokes, didn't have to explain them. And she used to write me letters. I had stuck by her. She had an addiction problem early in her life. She became successful later on. Had two beautiful boys and worked for a law firm for many years. But she early on she got into some trouble and she was in prison 2 terms. And the second time she was in there, she'd write me almost daily. And she knew there was this celebrity that I just couldn't stand. And so she would cut her face out, and I would open the letter and it would fall out. Pictures of her head would fall out. She was funny. But she'd write at the end, I love your life. There's just so many like layers to that. She loved that I was alive and that I was her friend. She loved that I had this passionate life, this career in film that I was living to do, and I loved it, and I didn't care if I was making money or not. I just did what I loved, right? And she also loved that I was free. And so I went to see her. Her mom and I went, and it was hard to see her. It was hard to see her like that. And it's terrible we put people in prison like that because they do things out of their addiction. They need help. But some people need it too, because if they don't, they're going to end up dying. So consequences are necessary so they don't end up getting to the worst place and doing the terrible thing they can't undo. But I remember someone telling her, a guard, second time she was in there, she stood at the window and she shared this with me. I don't share that much personal stuff with you guys. Like, I don't share too many of my stories, and I got a life of them. It's just wonderful, but I'm trying to share some of them. And so she was standing there, and the prison guard, said, "You'll be back in there." She goes, "No, I won't." She goes, "Yes, you will." He goes, "Why would you say that?" She said, "Look out that window." So she looked out the window, and the girls are in the yard, playing ball, working out. "What do you see?" And she said, "So and so's playing this. Some of them are playing cards. Somebody's playing dominoes over there." She goes, "No, no, look again. What do you not see out there? You don't see yourself there. You think you're better than all those girls, and that's why you're going to come back." And she said it hit her because that woman was right. I'm only in here because of blah, blah, blah. I'm not like them. I'm so different. I've talked about this terminal uniqueness. It's the same thing with the woke agenda. I won't use special pronoun. I am not even this gender or that gender. I'm just non. I'm neither. Because I'm so different than everyone else. Well, no, you're not. We all have things that make us special, stand out. We're individuals, but we're not terminally unique. Because if you take yourself to that level of, "I'm so unique," well, it's also going to backfire. Because what's worked, wisdom for the mistakes other people have made, oh, that won't apply to you because you're so different. So you won't be able to learn from other people's mistakes. You're going to have to make them yourself. And so this is why it's dangerous. We won't learn from others. We won't apply the things, the wisdom that people have made these mistakes and have given us good advice. We won't hear them. And so this is something she thought about. She said, "Think about this. I'm not trying to insult you. Your problem is you think you're not coming back here because you're better. You can get away with it. You can do this. You can continue. But if you don't see yourself as one of them, you will keep coming back here." And it really shook her up. And she came to realize she was right. I kept thinking, she said, I just kept thinking, I'm different. This only happened because of blah, blah, blah. That's not going to happen to me. It will, and it can, and it will happen. A lot of people do the same thing with drinking and driving or using drugs. I'm not going to die. That won't happen to me because I'm so different, and they end up dying. So she 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 taught me so much in that aspect too. And these best friends are people, even if you go away, even if you're that close and you move away or you get a job somewhere far and you don't see each other 10 years, 20 years, the minute you're back together, it's like you never left. And you might not talk for years because you get busy with your life, and they're not around anymore. But you love them, and you're not like, "That used to be my friend. That's still my friend." And so these are the best friends. Best friends, guest friends, and pest friends. I have plenty of those too, and I love them. But goodness gracious, Sam was one of them. It just drove me nuts. He drove me nuts. But I loved him. God, I loved him. So let me give you this verse here. It says, "A man," this is Proverbs. It's verse 24. I think it's Proverbs 9, maybe? 18. Where'd I get 9 from? Proverbs 18, verse 24. "A man that hath friends must show himself friendly." What did I say in the last video? You've got to be a friend to get one and become the type of friend you want to have. And it continues, "And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother." And we see this with David and Jonathan. His own brother was trying to put him down. Yet. Yet. See, and that brother was the first brother that the prophet went, nope. The first brother, because he said there's going to be an anointed king here. And so the father, Jesse, didn't even call David in because he was the youngest. He was out there with the sheep. "Can't be David. I'm going to get my big burly warrior sons." Nope, 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 nope. "This is all you got? I know he's in this household." David comes in. It's him. The last one humans would pick. But God picked him. See, I love it. Why would God use me out of everybody in my family? I'm the least. As my mom says, not the black sheep, the black wool ball, because she's the black sheep. So He always uses what we don't expect. But these these friends, they're stick closer than a brother. And Jonathan was that. His own brothers discouraged him, thought little of him, didn't believe in him. But Jonathan did. God, he loved him. If you read about their friendship, and Jonathan's father kept trying to kill David, and he kept warning David. So it just tore him up. David loved Jonathan so much that the infant child, when Jonathan's child was dropped by the nurse and became crippled, all the family of Saul scattered. They were being hunted. This kid stayed in hiding. He was now crippled. David went and sought him out, and he thought it was to kill him. And it was terrible. They didn't know anything about David's heart, because all David wanted to do was bless this kid and have him eat from the king's table for the rest of his life. And I love that story. I've got one way back on my channel. Type in King David and Jonathan or something and see if it comes up. But it's an old video I did probably 7 years ago. But this is true. So if you want to get a friend, be one. And there are friends that stick closer than brothers. And so sometimes we can find that. And it's not always in our fleshly bloodline. It's not always, our brothers are not through genealogy like in scripture. It's through faith. So our brothers and sisters in Christ are our true family. And we should treat them as such. And they stick closer than a brother. It's true. God bless you guys. Have a blessed day.